Christmas. Merry motherfucking Christmas. And have a fucked up New Year. You
What's up, you festive freaks, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and today it's time for a Christmas Haul 2020 vid. And this is where I show off all of the crazy shit that I got for Christmas, and if you believe it or not, we're gonna have to put this one into two parts because I got so much crazy shit this year. A lot of it's still coming, so let's just dive right in and get into part one and show some of this stuff off. First up is an amazing flick. It's a great start to this video. It is a Lucio Fulci film, and actually I really like this one. I wasn't my favorite for the longest time, but then I really grew to appreciate this flick. It is The New York Ripper. I got this one on Blu-ray and Ultra HD 4K. I actually got this from somebody off a Facebook group, Cult Lovers or something like that. I have to get the whole name down, but people have been selling stuff like crazy on there, and I decided to pick this one up and got it for a damn good price. So added that onto my little Christmas list. It's got this slipcover, which I'm not a really big fan of, like owning every single slipcover. I don't really understand the obsession. I'm more about just collecting the movies. But yeah, it's got the two discs in there, the 4K Ultra UHD, and then the Blu-ray in the other. But yep, been wanting to upgrade this one from my just regular DVD edition back there. So really happy to upgrade my Lucio Fulci collection with this sweet little number. But guys, we have to keep this moving because we will be here all night if I don't just keep the pace up. So let's go to another interesting one. This one is a film I've been wanting to have in the collection for a long time. Saw the, it's a two-part double feature, but the one movie I really wanted to have on it was Sasquatch. And it was actually on Amazon Prime that I first saw it last year sometime, and I was blown away. It's one of those, I think it's like the 70s, it came out in the 70s maybe, but yeah, Sasquatch movie. Yeah, 75. And it's one of those ones that's like a documentary style, and it's played so deadpan serious that it's just really unique in that form. There's no tongue-in-cheek humor. It's pretty much just a documentary crew following a bunch of mountain men, guys and filmmakers and documentary guys, going up to find the elusive Bigfoot. And it just goes crazy from there. It just escalates into an insane scene with army of Bigfoot, or Big Feet, is that what you say, plural? Big Feet? Bigfoot group throwing rocks and just destroying the shit and making these people want to get the hell out of wherever they're at. But it's a really awesome movie. I highly recommend Sasquatch. I watched the Encounter with the Unknown 2, actually narrated by Rod Serling, so it's got a touch of the Twilight Zone feel to it. But what I really wanted this one for was Sasquatch. So really glad that I finally got that one, because I'm a sucker for Bigfoot movies, and there's really not a lot of good quality ones out there. This is one of the best, so highly recommend Sasquatch. Really cool find that I found a year or two ago. But let's move on to the next one. Some great H.P. Lovecraft goodness. It is Dagon. And I picked this one up on the, what is this, Vestron put this one out? Yeah. Vestron release. I've only got a few Vestrons. I want to get my hands on Maximum Overdrive, but I pretty much picked up all the ones I want to get from them so far, so I got a shitload in the collection. But Dagon is a damn good movie. I actually reviewed it years and years ago. But Student Gordon directed it, and it's pretty much, Dagon is a ancient god, and these people still worship it, and this one guy and his girlfriend and a few other people get stuck on this island where there's fishmen and they're attacked, and it's just really cool. It's a really kind of special effects driven flick, really brutal at times. I know Brian Usna had his hand in this one too, so really, really crazy off-the-wall flick that you gotta check out. And this edition looks like it's badass. Really haven't had time to check it out, but I'm sure the transfer's good. Vestron Video's pretty good with their transfers, and glad to upgrade it from my DVD copy that I've had for years in the past. But daggone fun. Alright. Next is a Stephen King adaptation that is completely badass. I do believe I have a review of this up on the channel, but is the Blu-ray Scream Factory release of Silver Bullet. Just a really great flick, great cast, fun and unsettling and just entertaining throughout the whole thing. Great werewolf flick. Corey Haim's amazing in it as the wheelchair-bound kind of hero of the film. Gary Busey plays the crazy uncle, and it's just a fun film. Definitely want to watch this pretty soon. I always revisit at least once a year, and really glad to have the Blu-ray edition of it. And I've been picking up a lot of Scream Factory films, so I'm just adding this one into the collection. Let's keep moving along. We're not even close to halfway done, so hopefully I can still talk after this, but let's move on to a great Hammer film. It is one that I've actually never seen, but I've heard great things about. It's one that I'm going to watch probably in the next coming weeks and then do an actual video review on it. It is Vampire Circus, and I think out of all the Hammer films that have been out, I've watched almost all of them except for this one, and maybe a few other ones. But this is one I've been dying to check out, and figured really great time right now to delve into it. It is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and I've been loving to pick those up because I can grab the video from the DVD, do a little video review for you guys. So keep an eye out for that in the future. Heard good things about this one and really interested to check it out. Looks like a freak show. That is Vampire Circus. Really great pickup, and all these ones I was able to pick up for pretty cheap, and some I got for for gifts and stuff like that. But very, very cheap. A lot of good specials during this Christmas season, and just a great bunch of stuff. But let's move on to a Kino Lorber release of a movie that I've owned previously on DVD and wanted to do a little upgrade on it. And the movie I'm talking about is the amazing deep sea creature feature film, DeepStar Six. And I think I actually did a review on this recently. I'm starting to get confused on what I've reviewed and what I haven't because there's just so many reviews on the channel. But yeah, I believe this one's up there, and I wanted to upgrade this one. Leviathan's another one I want to upgrade, but just haven't had the chance to pick that one up because I know it's going for a hell of a high price now. But this was during the Kino Lorber sale they had for Christmas, the winter sale. Picked it up, slipcover, and nice little different kind of disc art inside. And let's see what we got on the disc. There's my old DVD. I always kind of pack those in there, if you've seen other videos I've done, so I can keep everything in one spot. But damn good film, great cast. The effects are amazing, and just a great claustrophobic feel for a nice little creature feature undersea, little chaotic film. Really good stuff. Definitely check out the review on the channel for it if you want to go a little more in depth. If you've never heard of this one before, but great pickup. Kino always does a great job. I'm sure the transfer is amazing, and yep, just really happy to have this one upgraded into the collection. But let's keep moving forward to a pretty weird and wacky kind of sci-fi horror flick. It's Kinji, let me get this right here. Kinji Fukusaku. Probably butchered that one, but it's kind of their like a Japanese-American collaboration on this kind of sci-fi creature film. And the movie I'm talking about is Green Slime. It's got a hell of a theme song, Green Slime. But it's just a really kind of, I guess you could call it a groovy sci-fi, because it's really just psychedelic out there, really weird, wacky, wonderful. And, yeah, very colorful, very set in the time that it was made. And it came out, if I can get a freaking date on this, if I can see, 1968. So it's got that 60s vibe. One of the actresses from Bond. What's her name? She is in it. What is her name? Oh my god. Luciana Paluzzi, who's always great to look at. But she's amazing in this one. Just really, really, really silly kind of sci-fi film. That's just fun. It's a nice, entertaining watch. So I had to add this one into the collection. And yeah, let's keep going. Not halfway. We're not halfway done yet. All right. Next up is a movie I've never seen until when I picked it up. I saw it, it was just like a couple days ago. But this one is a sequel to a crazy cult classic horror flick. And this one's directed by, believe it or not, James Cameron. I think it's his first film that he directed. And if you haven't guessed it by now, it is Piranha II, The Spawning. Just ludicrous from the cover, you can tell. But yeah, it's got a pretty decent cast in it. Some familiar faces, with one being Lance Henriksen. Plays the local sheriff, I guess, in this kind of coastal town. And yeah, pretty much piranhas they've been genetically altered to fly now, and they pretty much just wreck this tourist community. And it's ludicrous and satisfying as it sounds. It really just falls through with that concept and goes hog wild. Just a great fun, entertaining film. I had a blast with this one, and been meaning to check it out for a long time. So I'm happy that I finally got to remedy that little curiosity. I think I still need the original Piranha on Blu-ray, so I picked up the sequel, but down the line I'm going to have to add the Blu-ray to the collection. But let's keep moving along to one that I actually did a video for recently on a quickie. I forced myself to watch this one, and it's going to be a tradition I'll watch every single year for Christmas, and it is the Star Wars Holiday Special. Some dude was selling this on eBay, so I figured I would pick it up. Pretty decent transfer for such a infamous Christmas special. I know people they either hate it or they dislike it. I don't think many people enjoy watching this. I actually enjoyed it for some reason. I'm a sicko, so but yeah, it pretty much looks like a legit release, even though it's a bootleg thing. They got some nice artwork inside of Chewbacca's family's home there in Kashyyyk. And then some disc art there. And it has a few things with, like the intro is kind of modernized. I like the original intro. The original intro is on this, but it's at the very tail end of the special. And there's just a bunch of YouTubers and stuff on there. I wish it was more just set in the time that it was made, where there wasn't a lot of modern people commenting on it. But definitely awesome to have the holiday special and kind of as clear as it's going to look. Because no one's going to be restoring this piece of shit anytime soon. But yeah, pick that one up, and that's going to be my new tradition every year, is to check this one out. But let's keep moving. Nope, I don't think we're halfway there yet. Sorry. Halfway there for part one. But let's move on to some lighthearted comedy with some little, I don't know if it's horror twists, but there's a lot of horror elements to this one. And the movie I'm talking about is Transylvania 65000. And this one I've always loved since I was a kid. I used to watch it all the time whenever it was on. I don't know what channel it was on. Maybe Cinemax, HBO. I don't know. But I would always get it. I would always see it was on and check it out. Got a great cast. Jeff Goldblum's in it. Even Kramer from Seinfeld stops in he's like a butler, and he does all these weird slapstick kind of shit throughout the film. But yeah. I don't really know how to explain this one, but if you haven't seen it, it's pretty much two reporters go to Transylvania to report on different weird stuff, and they think there's a story there, and a lot of crazy, wacky antics ensue. And oh yeah, even Gina Davis is in this one as some kind of vampire lady. It's crazy. You really can't explain it. It's just a really weird slapstick comedy from the 80s with horror elements, and yeah, it's just a whole bunch of fun. But it's a Kino Lorber release, and yeah, happy to have this in the collection. I actually didn't own this on DVD, so this is probably one of the few ones that I'm not really upgrading from my DVD. It's just got the Blu-ray, and that is all I need. But next up is another one that I don't own on DVD, so this is a fresh buy, and I have not seen this one since college, so probably around 2003 or 4, or no, it's probably 2002 is when I saw this one last. So I remember it being good, but I really need to refresh myself and check it out. It is Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. And I remember this one being pretty graphic and vivid and pretty down and gritty, kind of an inner look at a serial killer. But yeah, Michael Rooker does an amazing job in the title role, and yeah, I can't really expand on too much more. Just that I remember it being gritty and pretty hardcore in some of the scenes, and disturbing. So looking forward to kind of revisiting that and refreshing my memory on how great this film is. But had to put it in the collection because I know from when that first time I saw it all those years back that it did definitely leave an impression on me and belongs in the collection. But let's move on to an interesting flick that I have really been wanting to see for a long time. Never seen it. It's an Italian kind of crime action drama flick, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. It's Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man. Come on. And I've heard great things from this one. I think I actually, one of the recommendations that really made me want to check it out was, what was it? Hot Fuzz. I'm drawing a blank on that director's name. But yeah, he recommended it of some of the inspirations to Hot Fuzz when he was putting that film together. The name's about to pop in my head and then it falls out. I'm gonna be butchered because Shaun of the Dead is one of my favorite zombie comedies and horror comedies, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name. I'm so ashamed. But yeah, Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man. Have not seen it, so do not know much about it. Ray Lovelock looks like he's in one of the starring roles, and I just love him and the Giallis I've seen him in, so looking forward to this one. Looks like a pretty hardcore Italian crime drama cop film, so boom, really looking forward to this one. And the people that put out Rare Video, I mean, they put a lot of oddities out there, but they've all been great and they never disappoint, so looking forward to that. But let's move on to a fun, ridiculous sci-fi film that's pretty much, it was put into a film, but it was actually from an original series from the 70s. And the movie I'm talking about is Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Wanted to get that right. But I've seen this a long time ago, and I think I actually have the entire series on DVD, but I need to watch the film again because it's been a long time. So I figured I'd pick it up in the Kino Lorber kind of Christmas special. But yeah, tons of fun, good-looking chicks, fun space opera kind of adventure, and silly robots. You can't go wrong. But that is Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Looking forward to checking that one out. And let's keep going. Oh, this one. Alright, now this one is one I've seen a long time ago. Well, I guess it's not that long ago, but really loved it and always wanted to get a chance to own it and put it in the collection because it's one of those kind of disaster films that really stick with you and have a really great concept. It's really well executed, gloom and doom, just really stark imagery too. And the movie I'm talking about is The Day the Earth Caught Fire. Just a really beautiful black and white film that really just captures the chaos when civilization's crumbling and the world is pretty much doomed. There's no reversing it. It's just a really wicked film, and you really got to check it out if you like that kind of stuff. Who directed this guy? I think Val Guest did. Produced and directed, yeah, Val Guest, and he's got a lot of great work in his filmography, and I'm really glad to have this one in the collection because it's just all kinds of badass. It really is an amazing sci-fi disaster film that's well put together, great cast, and everyone just plays their roles pitch perfect. So really good, addition to the collection. My God, I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. It's hot under these lights. Into my Christmas sweater. I'm trying to get a new Christmas sweater or hoodie or something like that every year, and I got my Wu-Tang Christmas. Yeah. Alright, let's keep moving along. I don't even know how long this has been so far. Alright, now this one's an interesting pickup. It just came out on Blu-ray. It's a double feature of two films I've never heard of in my life. But the concepts behind them both looked cool, and yeah, both 60s, well, late 60s, 69, and then the second film is 1970. It's Fear No Evil and Ritual of Evil. Now, I didn't really do any research about these ones. I have no idea. From what I can gather, that it is kind of like a two-parter where it follows the same character, I guess, like a detective or something like that, but two different stories. And it just looked like it would be right up my alley, so I figured, why not give this one a shot? See how it is. I mean, some pretty cool artwork. And yeah, I'm just kind of interested in checking this one out. Really was a blind buy, and I don't really do that often. I usually, put the research in or go by recommendations, but I've never heard anyone recommend this, never heard of anyone reviewing it or talking about it, so really interested in checking that one out and seeing what it's all about. Let's keep moving. We might be at halfway. I think we might be over half now. So next up is a great Peter Jackson film. This is on the cusp of him doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is the film that he did right before it. Just really fun. Actually revisited this with my daughter recently, and she was blown away. She actually loved it a lot. So fun film. It is The Frighteners. Woo! With Michael J. Fox in the lead role. Just has a really great cast too. What's that Busey's kid name? Jake Busey. And then Jeffrey Combs is in this one too, as a crazy undercover FBI agent who just lost his mind and he's pissed off. It's just, there's a really cool concept. Michael J. Fox has a car accident where he can see ghosts afterwards, and he kind of uses the ghost to be kind of like a huckster and like get money from people by bringing his ghost in to haunt the house, and then he kind of just goes in there and does his thing and then gets paid for it, and then all kinds of crazy stuff. Like death starts attacking the town and he has to kind of figure out what's going on. Just a really fun film. If you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out. It was really ahead of its time in special effects and stuff like that. So this is the dawn of Weta Digital. That's kind of where their studio came from, is because of this movie. And just a great film. Definitely check it out. I can't recommend it enough. Just fun, entertaining, and side-splitting adventure. But let's keep moving forward. Alright. Should I tackle these two in the same time because they're a sequel back-to-back? Great quality on both films. Two main guys are awesome. It's just a fun film, not horror related at all. We're jumping off into just straight comedy here. It is Wayne's World 1 and 2. Wayne's World. But yeah, I had to pick these ones up because I have a whole shitload of just like comedy section of them is over there. It's not behind me. This is all horror behind me. But got a whole bunch of 80s horror, got a 80s comedies, 90s comedies, just all the classics. And glad to add these two guys into Blu-ray form, into the collection. I got it on DVD, I believe both of them. But yeah, these ones crack me up every single time. So many classic moments in both films. And Michael Myers and Dana Carvey do a great job as Wayne and Garth. Party on Wayne, party on Garth. But great films. If you haven't seen them or just shied away from comedy, give it a shot. I mean, there's a lot of movie references in these films. Really good stuff, and music's always badass. And yep, fun stuff. But let's keep moving on. And these last couple, well, these last three are box sets with a shitload of movies in them. And we're just going to tackle them one by one. Save that one for later. Alright. Now, I've not seen these two collections right here. I've not seen any of these films, really. Maybe one of them, but it's going to be a real treat for me to actually dive into this baby. But up first is Forgotten Gialli, Volume 1. I've had my eye on this little bastard for a long time, and finally it is in my possession. It's the box set's amazing. It's from Vinegar Syndrome. It's just hard case almost. Really good quality. Fantastic artwork all around. And inside are 3 films in this bunch. Let me see. Get on out. So we have The Killer is 1 of 13. We got Trauma. Boom. And then we got... this is my favorite title. Police Are Blundering in the Dark. What a fabulous title. But I have not seen any of these ones, and before these releases I really hadn't heard of them, so I'm really looking forward to checking them out. I mean, some of the directors, I've actually seen some of their stuff, but yeah, this is going to be a real treat to actually go through this little collection and see what all these films are about. Love Giallo films, can't get enough of them, and own quite a bit of them, so I'm glad to add these guys to the collection and see what they are all about. Put this on properly. Yeah, great box set, really amazing. I didn't think it was going to be this good, good quality, but it is nice. Can I do a half face there? Pretty cool. Alright, but let's move on to Volume 2 of Forgotten Gialli. And this one came out more recent than Volume 1, and I had to pick this one up for myself. That's pretty badass right there, and that's a cool shot. This one too. And these ones, I think I've seen at least one of these in this collection. But in this one, we have My Dear Killer. Right there. Boom. Then The French Sex Murders, which I have seen this one, I believe, but it was a really, really shitty transfer. So I wasn't really able to appreciate it as much as I think I will when watching it on here. And wait, I think I actually seen this one too, but I don't remember much of it. Girl in Room 2A. But yeah, I mean, pretty much I do not have a lot of vivid memories of either of these two, so it's going to be like watching it for the first time. So really looking forward to these 3 bad boys here, along with those other 3 from Forgotten Gialli Volume 1. And looks like the transfers are all beautiful and just nothing but great Giallo goodness. So I've got myself set in the Giallo department. Looking forward to that, and like the other one, just a great little collection here. It looked nice side by side, and yeah, badass. But let's keep moving on to the last box set. We have finally made it to the end of this part 1 video. Maybe I should grab a few more, because there's still a whole bunch more coming in the mail. All right, let's see what happens. But all right, this one is a great box set. Just came out. Never heard of this dude in my life. Shit, I can't remember how to pronounce his name. I was trying to look at this over online to get the exact pronunciation of this guy's name, because I've never heard of him before. But this is the box set. He came from the swamp, and the dude that it's centered on all of his movies is William Grefé? Greif? I can't remember how it was pronounced. I should have looked it up right before I did this video. But yeah, some really great films in here, and I think I've actually found my favorite movie or discovery of 2020. And let me go through these and I'll tell you which one it is. Let's see, how do I... But yeah, box set's pretty badass. Got that. But the movies it has on here is Whiskey Mountain, right there. And then there's another one on there called The Swamp. I only watched the Whiskey Mountain one, and I wouldn't say the transfer is the best, but the film is pretty badass. It's pretty much Deliverance, but with Christopher George. And if anyone knows Christopher George as an actor, you know it's going to be an entertaining film, and he does a great job in there. It's pretty much 2 couples go out in the woods, or, on this camping trip to go find some hidden muskets or something like that, and they just run into the locals, and it just goes crazy from there. Really fun stuff. but it has a really cool atmosphere to it. The next two movies are The Hooked Generation, and then what the hell is this one? The Psychedelic Priest. I have not got a chance to check these two out, so looking forward to seeing what these ones are all about. Really looks like it's going to be an odd experience, to say the least. And then next up is this is one of my favorites here. Mako, Jaws of Death. And then the other one on here is The Naked Zoo. Now, Mako, Jaws of Death, that is the amazing find that I found and discovered in 2020. It is just a really, really odd film about a guy who loves sharks so much that he makes it his lifelong duty to protect them and kill people hunting sharks. So he's just pretty much an insane serial killer who has a soft spot for sharks, and the characters in this are weird, the moments are weird, the whole concept is weird, and it's all shot very off-kilter and strange. It's a definite cult classic in the making if more people get to check this one out. It is just such an odd film, and I really had a blast with this one. Just the characters and the cast, outstanding. This one alone was worth the price of admission for the whole box set. So that's my new favorite discovery. And then the last two films on this box set are Sting of Death, and the other one is Death Curse of Tartu. And I watched both these films. Fabulous B-movie schlock, really cool stuff. Pretty much a giant stingray is killing people, and go-go dancers and teens at this party, just fun stuff like that. And then the other one, Death Curse of Tartu, is an archaeologist professor and his students go to I guess it's in the Everglades, because that's where all these films were pretty much shot, and there's a mummy's curse, and they pretty much die off in random ways. But they're both fun films, and they're actually well put together. Surprisingly, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of well-made film knowledge throughout this, but it had a cohesive plot, to say the least. But fun stuff. Whole box set's fun, and it comes with a poster. I'm only gonna kind of pull it out so much because I don't want to have to fold this thing all out, but pretty cool poster with like all the movies, I think, in there. And then this pretty badass booklet here. It's kind of like a semi-hardcover, and just got a whole bunch of I can't turn to show you. Shit. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Just stills and information about the movies in here and pretty much his filmography. And I think that's what the poster looks like if you put it all the way out. So that's a pretty badass poster. But cool collection. Really great stuff. Yeah. And should I keep going? Alright, let's just keep moving on to a few more, because I know I split these two in half, but I know I have a bunch more coming, so I don't want the second video to be too much longer than the first. So let's move on to an 80s slasher that I've seen bits and parts of, but I don't think I've sat down fully and watched it all. And the movie I'm talking about is Madman. Madman Mars. And I just remember that Galen Rawson or Rose from Dawn of the Dead is in this one. So that was always why I wanted to track it down and check it out for myself. But it's pretty much your typical Friday the 13th kind of style slasher where people are in the woods getting chopped up by a maniac. And Madman is really atmospheric from what I remember, but I don't remember too much about the story and the characters. So I was going to be watching this one recently to kind of refresh myself on it, but always loving to add to the slasher collection for sure. Ever so growing. But let's keep moving to Billy the Kid versus Dracula. I have no introduction for this one. It's just too ridiculous to describe. But I don't think I've seen this one. I've seen maybe different reviews on it, but I haven't actually sat down and watched it fully myself. So pretty interested to see this one. John Carradine, he was in every single movie back in the day. Couldn't get this guy away from a camera for the life of you. But it looks like pretty much Billy the Kid runs afoul of Dracula and antics ensue. So how can you not be interested in that? Came out in 1966. Oh, daddy. But it's a Kino Lorber release. And yeah, looks like it's going to be a blast. Can't wait to check it out. Let's do a few more. I'm just winging it, man. I'm just winging it. I'm thirsty as hell, so I'm going to take another drink. Oh my god, that's so delicious. Alright. Alright, now this movie I've been wanting to check out again because the last time I watched it was in college. Took a film course and they had us watch a whole bunch of classic movies. We had the library access to there. We could just pull any movie we wanted in our free time. And I think this one was actually shown in class. But it really intrigued me, and it was really atmospheric and just weird. And artistic, kind of a classy black and white film. And the movie I'm talking about is Last Year at Marienbad. And I remember it just being very visually stunning. So, had to get it into the collection, saw it was in the sale for Kino. And figured I would revisit it and throw it in the collection. But yeah, just one of those kind of black and white classy looking pictures. Very artsy, but good stuff. Yeah. Alright, one more. We're gonna do one more just to make sure we are at the halfway mark for both the part 1 and 2. So, I figured I would add one more Mario Bava film into my collection back there. Pretty much upgraded every single one that I need to upgrade. I think there might be one or two out there I need to hunt down. But the one I picked up and got for Christmas is Five Dolls for an August Moon. And probably not one of his most successful and talked about films because it's more of a thriller. I guess it's bordered on a giallo kind of film. But it's very, very stylish like most of his movies, and just like the location for the film is really cool. I know it's this weird kind of ritzy penthouse in the middle of nowhere, and all these people come there for a party and they all just start dropping off one by one. It's not your typical kind of giallo film, or you wouldn't even be able to say it's like a slasher film. It's just very, very strange. And the cast is amazing. It's got a really great cast too. But, yeah, it's definitely one I've got to check out again because it's been a long, long time since I've watched it. But I'm glad to have it into the collection, upgraded, and only a few more to go. So, Kino put this guy out. It's great stuff. But, guys, I'm starting to lose my voice here. So, I'm going to wrap it up. And this is the end of part 1 of Christmas Haul 2020. Been a shit year for living, but a damn good year for movies in my case. So I figured I would knock this damn year out with a bang and just have a whole bunch of shitload of movies for myself to tide me over for the next coming quarantines. I don't know how long this will go on for. Frankly, I just don't give a shit anymore. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, leave a comment and subscribe, and if you haven't already, and just do all that fun stuff. But I hope your Christmas was great. Right now, at the moment when I'm filming this, I think it's New Year's Eve is tomorrow. And then, yeah, have a good, safe New Year's Eve. Hopefully this is up in time for you guys to see it before New Year's Eve. And then I'll have part 2 sometime after New Year's. So hopefully that'll be up quickly as well. But I'm still waiting for a few movies to come in the mail, so that might take a little time. I think mid-January is the last one that's popping in. But guys, that's it for me today, so hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're staying safe and enjoying the holidays. But I will see you guys next time on the channel, when I'm either doing video reviews, quickies, or I guess part 2 of this series. But see you guys later, and take care. Later.